warning, this video contains a super awesome content not suitable for people who don't enjoy super awesomeness. Viewer discretion is advised. Hi guys. So, Mikey will be joining me right now, actually. Hey,
What's going on?
So tonight, we are celebrating Mikey's birthday!
Yeah!
Woo! And we're going to be talking about, for Mikey, it's a history aspect, right?
Yeah, it's more of like weird facts that happened on the 4th of July, you know.
Nice.
Frankie
And
Calvin.
oh, nice. I didn't even see the comments coming through. What's up, Calvin? How you doing? So I'm going to be chatting about the ghosts of Route 66. I have Calico. I decided to do the California ones because I know a little bit about them already, and they're near and dear to my heart because most of them are like SoCal.
Awesome.
So, what do you want to start with?
Well, let's start with the one weird fact here.
Nice.
Did you all know that the national anthem is sung to the tune of a British drinking song?
Yes. I did know that one. I mean, granted, I learned it like a few years back, but...
So the Star Spangled Banner, America's national anthem, has a endearing history. Its lyrics are from the defense of Fort McHenry, an 1814 poem by then lawyer and amateur poet Francis Scott Key. It was eventually set to the British men's local social club melody to Anasaran in Heaven, and popularized as noted U.S. patriotic songs, first recognized for official use by the U.S. Navy in 1889. It was made a national anthem in 1931, and it's notably though to sing, as heard in ghastly interpretations by everyone from Roseanne Barr to Fergie.
You know, Frank and I were listening. Sorry, I'm trying to share things out while we're talking here.
Sure.
Frank and I were actually listening to this little girl today that was singing the national anthem. She couldn't be any older than 10. And dear God, the pipes on this kid. Like, I was impressed. I know it's like random.
I bet.
But like, it said, it's been butchered by some people. That was one of the people that did not butcher it. Was a 10-year-old girl.
Right.
Full-grown adults have butchered it on stage.
I can imagine if they got Ed O'Neill to sing the national anthem.
Probably
As Al
better
Bundy.
than Roseanne singing it.
Ed O'Neill as Al Bundy.
Right.
Whose street can you see? By the Duncer dealer.
Why is this turning into Yogi Bear?
Oh boy.
Can you ask if Boo Boo has seen a picnic basket?
Hey Boo Boo, have you seen a picnic basket, Boo Boo?
Hey Brock, how are you doing? Happy
What's
4th?
going on, Brock? Yes, happy 4th.
We are celebrating 4th of July and Mikey's birthday.
Yay!
Woo! So, Brock's all, ha ha! Oh man. I actually am wearing a patriotic shirt, by the way, guys, but it's not really a shirt, it's a swimsuit. So, I thought I'd put a cover on because... Woo! What did I... Hold on. Okay. I requested that my Mastiff come in the room since the fireworks are starting. Although, there is a cat on the bed, so I'm not sure how well this is going to work out. Do you want me to tell Calico or Suicide Bridge?
Let's go ahead and do Suicide Bridge first.
Suicide Bridge. All right, guys. So let me scoot back here. So my source today is legendsofamerica.com. And this is the Ghosts of Route 66. I chose the California ones because they're Calico, Pasadena, Santa Monica. These are all places I know. There are other ones like La Llorona in Albuquerque, or even some ghosts in Amarillo, which would be kind of fun too. All right, so the majestic 1913 Colorado Street Bridge in Pasadena, California, not only wowed early travelers crossing the causeway, but soon took a more sinister note when people began to leap from it. It's 150 feet high, and they would jump to their deaths. Within decades of its construction, locals began calling it the Suicide Bridge. Now, for those of you not from this area, Colorado is the street, well, it's actually Colorado Boulevard, but Colorado is the street that the Rose Parade is on every year.
Oh, wow.
What's up, Pepe? So yeah, so this street that they're jumping off the bridge is actually one of the streets that comes off of the same one that the Rose Parade goes down.
Oh, nice.
So the beautiful concrete bridge is 1,467 feet across the Arroyo Seco. It's a deeply cut canyon linking the San Gabriel Mountains to the Los Angeles River. And it actually has an intermittent stream that it's named for, the Arroyo Seco stream. And it's incorrectly referred to as Arroyo Seco Bridge, but, I mean, whatever.
Right?
So, exactly. I mean, come on, we know what you're talking about. It goes over the Arroyo Seco. In Pasadena's early days, before the Colorado Street Bridge was built, crossing the Arroyo Seco was extremely difficult. Horses and wagons would try to go down the steep slope on it, and oftentimes they would roll. They would, it would not be a good day. They would have to go down it, and then there's a little small bridge that goes across it, and then you'd have to go right back up this really large embankment through Eagle Rock Pass. So it was not that easy.
Dang, that's pretty long.
I actually have pictures of the bridge here. Where is it? Here you go.
Wow.
So people like to jump off that bad boy at the highest point.
Yeah, that's a big no for me.
Right? I don't feel like trying to fly.
It's like that one guy from the Eiffel Tower.
Oh my gosh. Franz Reichelt. So the first tragedy on the bridge actually occurred before construction was complete. When one of the bridge workers toppled over the side, plunging headfirst into a vat of wet concrete. His coworkers assumed that he could not be saved in time and left his body in the quick dry cement.
Jeez, man.
He's one of many souls that are said to haunt the Suicide Bridge.
Ooh. That's creepy.
Right? How messed up. Oh, he can't be saved. Let's just let him dry in there. That's like... That's seriously
So
worst.
what did they ever end up doing with him? Like, what ended up happening? Do you know?
It doesn't exactly say. Let me see if I can find... It doesn't say what they did with him.
No?
No.
Oh, man, that sucks, man.
It does not say.
I mean, can you imagine that if he's still, like, buried in the cement there?
People were messed up. This is like 1913. So it's very possible they were like, well, I guess he's in there. Whoops.
Whoops, try again.
I mean, I'd be haunting their asses too.
I'd be going full-blown poltergeist, man. I'd be like, you guys left me in there.
Right? So
And
the first... Oh, go ahead.
Brock says, "Happy birthday, brother." Hey, thanks a lot, man.
Woo! I love it. Well, so, the first suicide actually occurred on November 16th, 1919, and was followed by a number of others, especially during the Great Depression, which hit not too long after that. Over the years, it is estimated that more than 100 people took their lives leaping from the bridge into that canyon. One of the more notable suicides was when a despondent mother threw her baby girl over the railing on May 1st, 1937. She then followed her into the canyon. The mother died. The child actually lived. So the mom accidentally threw her into some trees, and she was recovered from some branches.
Wow.
But I gotta say, simply for throwing her kid over there, yeah, she deserved a jump.
And on that note, if any of y'all are feeling depressed or anything like that, don't
For
ever
real.
don't ever attempt to do anything like that. There's hotlines and stuff like that. You can talk to someone, get yourself some help, man.
Right down
Seriously, because these things are no joke.
there. Happy Exploded Freedom Day! Woo! So, let's see. Oh, by the 1980s, the historic bridge had fallen into great disrepair as chunks of concrete began to fall from its ornate railings and arches. After the Loma Prieta earthquake near Oakland in 1989, the bridge was closed for precautionary measures. Now, to give you an idea of how far Oakland is from Pasadena, I live in Bakersfield. Oakland is still at least 4 to 6 hours above me.
Oh, wow.
Pasadena's about 2 hours away from me. So that earthquake was huge.
Yeah.
Because
Was that the earthquake? That one that tore down the San Francisco bridge?
No, I'm not sure which one that
Because
was.
there was an earthquake that at one point the San Francisco bridge collapsed.
Wait.
My aunt actually took pictures of that. I don't know if she still has them or not.
Golden Gate. I'm looking it up right now.
Not the Golden Gate, the other bridge, the one that goes from to San Francisco.
You're right. You are right. The Loma Prieta earthquake is the same one.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a big earthquake. That was one of the ones that's why everybody thinks that was the earthquake that really rocked and and that's the one that caused that whole panic about the fault line.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, when I was in the 90s, we had the Northridge earthquake, and I was in Downey when it happened, and everything was collapsing. It was crazy. So yeah, let's see. According to tales, there are a number of spirits that are said to wander the bridge itself, as well as the arroyo below. Others have heard unexplained cries coming from the canyon. One report tells of a spectral man that's often seen wandering the bridge who wears a wire-brimmed glasses. Other people have claimed to see a woman in a long flowing robe who stands on top of the bridge. Where is it? I'll point it out. It is La Llorona.
La Llorona.
So she stands on the very top of the railing area. You can actually see it a little bit better here. She'll stand over there. And,
I wouldn't be tripping on the ghost. I'd be tripping on that car that was right there on that bridge.
Oh, yeah, that's from the 30s.
What kind of car is that, man?
This is a thing from the 30s. So, she will actually stand up on there. Not the car, but she'll actually stand up on those railings and then make some crazy noises, scream and shit. And then she'll disappear into the canyon. She'll just jump.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah. So also other people have claimed to see a woman. Let's see. Excuse me, I already went through that. In the arroyo below, phantom forms have been seen walking the river. Unexplainable sounds are coming out of there. The atmosphere is really described as thick. And, like, not like thighs, but like... The Colorado Bridge was part of the Route 66 until 1940, when the Arroyo Seco Parkway opened. Today, the bridge has received a civil engineering landmark design and is listed on the National Register of Historic Places.
Oh, wow.
That's basically it.
So, yeah, let's get back to another fact.
Let's do this.
So, fireworks aren't particularly all-American.
Chinese.
Chemical formula for fireworks was invented by accident back in the 10th century in China.
Woo!
These days, Americans blow up 1.1 billion in fireworks every year, 99% of which are still made in China.
America.
America! Fuck yeah!
That video that Natalie sent earlier with the guy.
Yes!
And the eagle, he's like,
man.
America! Fuck yeah!
Oh, man.
He's like, woo! Oh, Havasu, man. Havasu.
You can tell he was ready to party.
Right? All right. Uh-oh, what did I do? Am I here? I'm
You're still here.
I accidentally moved something out of here, so let me see if I can put it back. There we go. All right, so... Do you want me to talk about Calico, or do you want to do more facts?
Let's talk about Calico.
All right, so this is one of my favorites. This is Calico. This is here in California. It's between Barstow and Yermo. I always say that wrong. Yermo. And it actually began in 1875 when prospectors found silver on the south slope of the Calico Mountains. However, 5 years later, there was some more ore that was discovered. So they set up camp, and they didn't find anything until 1880.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but it was worth 400 to 500 per ton, and it brought like a small rush into that town.
Dang.
Right? So the town at one point actually went all the way up to 2,500 people, which is pretty big for that time. In the spring of 1881 came the discovery of the Silver King, Calico's richest mine. Less than a year later, the new settlement supported several businesses on a commercial street flanked by tents and adobe buildings on a narrow mesa between Wall Street Canyon and Odessa Canyon. It took its name from the myriad of colors in the mountains, which were the backdrop for the town. So, sorry, let me get over here. I'm trying to find some fun stuff here.
Well, while you're at that, you got it?
Here is one of the mines. This is Maggie's mine. And this is actually what the Calico gold mine at Knott's Berry Farm is based off of. This is one of the mines. This is John and Lucy Lane, which I will get into them at one point, but you can actually see Calico behind them.
Yeah.
And let's see here. So the weekly Calico print appeared in October October of 1882, and a local stamp mill was built to begin working ores. But in the spring of 1883, many of the locals left Calico when borax had been discovered 3 miles east at Borate. Later the same year, a fire destroyed much of the camp, but Calico actually began to boom again in 1884 as additional silver discoveries were made, gaining a population of 2,500 in the town. The town actually supported dozens of saloons, gambling dives that never closed, as well as more legitimate establishments such as churches and public schools and dance schools, literary societies, along with dozens of other retail businesses. After 1884, many of the mines consolidated, and late in 1888, the Oro Grande Mining Company erected an even larger stamp mill at a cost of $250,000 on the north bank of the Mojave River. Soon it connected the stamp mill near Daggett to the Silver King mine in Calico by the 10-mile narrow gauge Calico Railroad. By late 1800s, Calico was bustling with prospectors searching for their fortunes in the Calico mining district, and it became one of the richest areas in the state. During its heyday, the district would produce $86 million in silver and $45 million in borat. However, when the price of silver dropped from $1.31 an ounce to 63 cents during the mid-1890s, Calico became a ghost of its former self. The narrow gauge Calico Railroad was dismantled after the turn of the century, and the town officially died in 1907 with the end of the borax mining in the district. Around 1917, a cyanide plant was built in Calico,
shit.
recovering values from the Silver King mine dumps, and the town was revived. However, by 1935, the town was entirely abandoned and left to Mother Nature's elements in the Mojave Desert. So, this is the part that I'm really, really excited about, because again, this is my area. Knott's Berry Farm, I've talked about it quite a bit. The owners actually bought out. Walter Knott was the person who created Knott's Berry Farm in Boynton Park. He bought out the town and started restoring it in 1950. And he spent a lot of time in Calico as a boy, as his uncle actually lived there. So he had a lot of great memories. He hoped to build a silver mill in Calico at the time of World War I. Knott's time spent there no doubt influenced his decision to buy the town and restore it. One of the rebuilt attractions is the 1 mile short line Calico and Odessa Railroad, which loops through the steep canyons and hills past old mines and buildings north of Calico. Though the original town site has been mostly rebuilt by new and restored buildings, 1/3 of the town is original, and the remaining newer buildings were carefully reconstructed to recreate the spirit of the Old West past that Calico had. So, in November of 1966, Knott donated Calico to San Bernardino County, and Calico now operates as one of the many county regional parks in San Bernardino.
Oh, nice.
Nice. This is Calico in Knott's Berry Farm, by the way.
Nice.
This is one of the daily shootouts that they do. Multiple times a day.
Wow.
And they're so much fun.
Hey, we got Chanel M. Fletcher here. It says, hello, Liz, Mike, and Frank the Dropout. Thank you.
What's up? So let's see. I have a little bit more. So Calico is no longer a crumbling ghost town, thanks to Walter Knott. It most definitely gives the visitor a feel of what life might have been during those times. False front stores and saloons towered by the craggy mountains above and overlooking the desert valley below provide an otherwise unattainable glimpse into the rich history from Calico. Today there are tours available with historians who examine the life of miners during its heyday. The narrow gauge railroad operates within the town limits. The Hard Rock Silver Mine provides underground exploration buildings such as the schoolhouse, blacksmith shop, and saloons. Buildings such as the schoolhouse and blacksmith shops and saloons. All of these can actually be checked out. You can go inside them.
Nice.
There are campgrounds that are full service, camping cabins, bunkhouses to provide an opportunity for extended stays.
That sounds like a fun place to go.
It's really cool, honestly. Let's see. I know that there's more here. There's like general stores there and everything like that. I'm trying to find something else here. That's pretty much it. They were able to... Oh, here's something. Calico had another famous resident named Dorsey. Now, this is just cute.
Aww.
This is Dorsey. He was the male dog. He was found in 1883 by the postmaster, Jim Stacy, when the hungry and footsore, I don't know why it says that there. Hungry and footsore black and white shepherd was laying on his porch. He adopted him, and he became a faithful friend. In addition to the postmaster duties, Stacy also had an interest in mining, which is probably why he was in the town in the first place. On one occasion, when Stacy needed to get an urgent message to his partner at the mine, he put a note on Dorsey's neck and sent him up there. Before long, Dorsey returned with a reply. Dorsey was soon carrying messages back and forth to the mine frequently.
Nice.
Stacy had the idea to make the dog a regular mail carrier. Soon the dog was carrying all the mail from Calico to Bismarck. Bearing his load in little pouches strapped to his back. For 3 years, Dorsey covered the mail route between the two camps and became so valuable that Stacy was actually offered $500 for him. And that's a lot of money back then. And he replied, "I'd rather sell my grandson."
Wow. That's loyalty right there.
The legend was revived in a album by Kenny Rogers in 1972, The Ballad of Calico. The song was called Dorsey, the mail-carrying dog. And of course, in Haunted Calico, he has been revived in another way, the spectral dog. On several occasions, Dorsey has been seen as a shadow-like apparition at the cemetery near the print shop that stands near the original location of the post office. Unless you sit on Hank's fence, it appears that none of the ghosts in Calico are malevolent. So, Hank is the owner of, was the owner of one of the hotels there. And this is Hank's. I showed it earlier. If you sit on the fence, that's when you piss off a ghost out there.
Wow. Don't go sitting on fences over there now.
Basically, there is a ghost that was an angry old cowboy whose spirit allegedly punched a man in the leg who was standing on the fence.
Oh, wow.
But more commonly, people have reported something tugging at their wrists, their hands, their clothing on the boardwalk in front of the hotel. These antics, however, are not generally blamed on the angry cowboy, but rather a 5-year-old who has been seen roaming the boardwalk in the surrounding area.
Oh, man.
There's also another spectral lady in a long white dress. Shocking, right? That has been seen frequently walking near the outskirts of the ghost town, and at the building that once housed the town theater, which is now the R&D Fossils and Mineral Shop. Another female ghost named Esmeralda has also taken up residence over there.
Well, that lady in white, man, she sure gets around, huh?
Right? Well, you know the story behind them, right?
I don't know.
They're almost always abused. They're almost always... they've almost always snapped and killed their children. And they've almost always seemed to regret it, and they're always crying for their children coming back. So I don't know if that's the case with that one, but usually the lady in white, those are like the standards for them.
Dang.
I know we talked.
No, you know what? You know what used to give me the creeps? Well, because when I went to California that one time when I was little. Mm-hmm. The place that gave me the creeps was Old San Diego.
Yeah.
That's a pretty creepy town.
Definitely. Oh, shoot. Let's play a commercial.
Yeah.
From our sponsored, or for one of our sponsored ads, the Haunted Hill House. All right. Isn't that awesome?
Wow. Yeah. Hey, and I heard you get free coffee and donuts if you actually stay throughout the whole night in that house.
Hey, Smoggy Smog.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
So yeah, I hear you get coffee and donuts for staying in there all night if you can make it.
Now here's my question: how good is the coffee and the donuts? Because like, if
I mean,
I'm
hell,
dealing with a demon, this has got to be some good donuts.
well, I mean,
I'm guessing
hell.
they are really good donuts. Then again, I just love donuts, so I'll probably be fine.
Yeah,
That's
right.
what's gonna get me through everything.
Hey, give me some pan dulce.
Hey, Smoggy Smog. I'm in California.
I'm in Texas.
Awesome. And it's Mikey's birthday. Woo! Happy birthday.
Yeah. Thank you. So yeah, man, like on to those coffee and donuts, man. Those better be some good.
I think they are. I'm
Come to
betting they
think of it
really
right
are.
now. Come to think of it right now, I wouldn't mind some coffee and donuts.
I'm really thinking, oh God, I have a donut out there. You know, I bet you they're good. Oh God. I've heard the coffee's pretty damn good, actually.
It's that Death Wish coffee. Have you ever tried that Death Wish coffee? Lady in White is because of their petticoats is what they were buried in and put on first every day. Also, they rarely had details on their petticoats, so it's my guess that it takes less energy to manifest. Never heard of it that way.
Give me just one moment. Anyway. So, sorry about that, guys. I'm just totally looking at some pictures and stuff to bring up for the next one.
Awesome.
Let's see. What other ones do you have?
Facts?
Yeah.
All right, let's get to some random facts, okay?
Let's do a few of those.
Here's one. Turtle soup was a presidential favorite for the holiday. It may be time to forget burgers and consider turtle soup as the classic 4th of July meal. If you believe this legend, it is said that John Adams slurped on the delicacy on the night of July 4th, 1776, in celebration of America's independence from Britain. While it might not be for all taste these days, it was a popular dish at the time. Multiple persons have died on. Huh?
It comes with its own bowl.
Multiple presidents have died on the 4th. No less than 3 U.S. presidents
Oh,
have died on July 4th. The first two both in 1826, Thomas Jefferson and John Adams, who each have a signature on the Declaration of Independence. Died 50 years from that day. James Monroe also met his maker on July 4th, 1831.
really?
Yeah. So, oh, out of all of that, let's see about popular celebrities born on 4th of July.
Hmm.
Being born on Christmas Day or Halloween means your birthday taking second billing. But imagine sharing your birthday with America. Me? Hell yeah. God bless America. Former first daughter Malia, I'm not going to mention that name, does along with U.S. President Calvin Coolidge, advice columnist Dear Abby and her twin, Ann Landers, playwright Neil Simon, and more were born on 4th of July. Now,
Oh.
Tom Cruise was almost born on the 4th. It would have been a remarkable timing if Tom Cruise, who portrayed a paralyzed Vietnam War vet turned political activist in the movie Born on the 4th of July, was born on the 4th of July.
Uh,
Cruise entered the world July 3rd, 1962. Just so close.
oh, man. So
So
close.
yeah, Tom Cruise almost born on the 4th of July,
Would have been appropriate.
right?
Okay, okay. Now, here's the question for you. Santa Monica is the Georgian Hotel or the Rialto Theater in Pasadena?
Did you say theater in Pasadena?
Yeah.
I'll choose a theater in Pasadena.
Okay, okay. So the Rialto is pretty darn famous. Let's see if I can bring up a picture for you. Yeah, the Rialto is pretty famous. Oh, thank you.
I decided to drop out of other stuff, so I dropped in with this.
What?
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
Frank.
Because you're a
How you
dropout.
doing?
I'm a dropout. I moved on to better things. Sorry, guys.
So this is the Rialto. It's freaking cool, right?
Hell yeah.
So this is a long-standing Route 66 icon. The Rialto Theater in South Pasadena closed its doors after 81 years, shutting out its customers, but probably not its ghosts. The theater was built in 1924 in a Spanish Baroque style with Egyptian accents. And it seated 1,200 people and included 10 dressing rooms, a scenic loft, an orchestra pit, and a deep stage. The decor featured picture tiles, colorful stenciling, plaster ornaments, such as harpies, which would be like half vultures, half women, and mythological gargoyles.
Ooh.
Opening night was October 17th, 1925. An organist played its large Wurlitzer organ, and the Rialto Orchestra accompanied the world premiere of the picture What Happened to Jones. Prior to the movie premiere, customers were entertained with the vaudeville act and trapeze artists. Admission was only 30 cents.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You know,
When
30 cents was a lot back then.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's
Gosh.
like nothing.
I remember when... Oh. He walked out, I'm sorry. I remember when the prices started going up for gas from like 75 cents up to like 99. And I
Yeah.
remember a comment my mom made. If it goes over $99, I swear to God, I'm going to be pissed.
Look where we're at now.
I know. I think about that all the time. I just lost my nose ring.
Um, hell, I remember when you'd go to the theater here, it was $1 to watch a movie. Now the prices are freaking ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. So, when the Depression started, the theater survived by offering prizes to entice its customers and made it through the hard times. When vaudeville lost popularity in the 30s, 3-act prologues were presented prior to the feature film. It was also during this decade that the theater suffered a backstage fire and had to temporarily close its doors. After it reopened, live theater and just never returned to the stage. Over the years, the theater was sold along with many of its fixtures, including the historic Wurlitzer organ. By the 1960s, the single-screen theater was showing more niche movies and silent films. The theater suffered another fire in '68, but it was restored again and it survived. After Rocky Horror Picture Show came out in 1975, it started a 3-decade run at the theater, being shown every Saturday night at midnight for years, before it too lost popularity and was only shown on a monthly basis. In July of 76, the operations of the theater were taken over by the Landmark Corporation under a 100-year lease of the building. However, soon after they took over, the redevelopment in South Pasadena posed the threat of tearing down the legendary movie house. Locals protested, and the Rialto was listed on the National Register for Historic Places in '78. So, in the 70s and the 80s, the Rialto began to host some concerts, and soon began to run more mainstream movies in hopes of drawing more customers. But before long, megaplex theaters began to sprout up all over the area, and in the meantime, the Rialto was continuing to deteriorate. Discussions began in the 90s to completely renovate the theater to return it to its former glory and split it up into a multiplex. However, in 2000, the Landmark's parent company, Silver Cinemas, declared bankruptcy and there were no funds to renovate.
Oh, that sucks.
Right? It's such a bummer. Although one of the finest and least adulterated theaters in the greater Los Angeles area, its carpets were frayed, its paint was chipped, the velvet seats were fading. Customers may have remembered the aging movie house with fondness, but they chose to patronize more modern multiplexes that have larger parking lots and more comfortable seating.
Yeah.
So the Rialto survived the death of vaudeville, 2 fires, demolition threats, conversion to a parking lot, but it finally succumbed to low ticket sales and sadly closed August 19th of 2007.
Oh, that sucks.
But because it's on a national registry for historic places, the building was saved from demolition. Its future, however, remains unknown, yet unapproved redevelopment plan is in the works. But as of this information that I grabbed, it's not really sure, we're not really sure what's going on. So, during its long history, rumors of the theater being haunted have been consistently circulated. Tales abound of people having died there, particularly a girl who allegedly slit her wrist in the bathroom before making her way up to the balcony and bleeding to death. Another story tells of a man who went insane in the projector booth. In any event, staff and visitors allege that the stalls in the girl's bathroom have been known to start shaking of their own accord. That just sounds like bad plumbing. In the theater itself, the apparition of an older man has often been seen sitting in various seats, as well as walking up and down the balcony stairs. Could this be the man who went insane in the projector booth?
Probably so.
Others say that the theater is also haunted by a cat. It's a black cat. In its early days, the theater's mascot was a cat who roamed the old movie house, brushing up against customers' legs and often walking in front of the screen.
Yeah.
According to some tales, the cat continues to move stealthily through the theater and produced an eerie red light when the Phantom walked in front of the movie screen.
Oh, wow.
Another visitor reported the image of a dark figure gliding down off the stage, making its way towards the theater seats before disappearing into the lobby. Other paranormal events have also been reported, such as abnormalities in photographs, uneasy feelings people experience in various areas of the theater, especially in the women's restroom, and whispers that they're sometimes hard to hear. So there have been a lot of paranormal groups who have done investigations in the theater, and they seem to agree that it's haunted. So again, if you guys want to visit any of these places, go ahead and head on over to legendsofamerica.com, and this is the California Route 66 information.
Nice.
Hell, I figured he'd melted into a chair. Ta-da!
Ta-da!
Ta-da. Oh, who messaged me? Okay. Do you have more facts? I love these things.
Let me see. Okay, here's one. It's a 4th of July is a big day for cadets. The 4th is also one that's significant to some of America's notable soldier academics. Through its roots date back to the end of the 18th century, the United States Military Academy at West Point officially commenced operations on July 4th, 1802, and has been training its famed cadets ever since.
That's awesome.
Here's another one. George Washington received a special dedication on the 4th. George
Really?
Washington's face on the iconic Mount Rushmore in South Dakota was dedicated on July 4th of 1934. The carved quartet would be completed in 1939 with the dedication of Theodore Roosevelt.
That's awesome.
So yeah, here's another one. Walt Whitman had reason to celebrate on the 4th. The philosophical poet Walt Whitman first published his seminal work, Leaves of Grass, on July 4th, 1855. According to a note in his dedication, Whitman paid and did much of the Brooklyn-based typesetting for the first edition himself.
That's awesome. These are fun. I like these.
And so here's another one. America isn't the only nation celebrating. The day dedicated to American independence is also a freedom-themed holiday in other parts of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Philippine Republic Day, also known as Filipino-American Friendship Day, is traditionally celebrated July 4th, as is Liberation Day in Rwanda and the Northern Mariana Islands, and the Independence Day in Abkhazia. Abkhazia. So yeah, we're not the only ones that celebrate freedom.
Here.
He brought me tri-tip. It's really good.
Ooh. So here's another one that you might have not known. You might have. We're really celebrating 4th of July 2 days late. While July 4th, the official celebration of America's birth, the Founding Fathers, the Continental Congress to be specific, decided to declare independence on July 2nd, 1776, then formally adopted the Declaration of Independence on July 4th.
Mm-hmm.
So they bought in the Declaration on July 4th, but they were really independent. They were independent
Officially 2 days ago.
2 days ago. Yep. So let's see. Another fact: historical fireworks. The 4th of July isn't simply a day off for grilling and chilling. For many of us, it's a time to reunite with friends, family, and celebrate the history of independence of the United States.
And set shit on fire.
And yet, for all the time spent attending spectacular fireworks shows, festive parades, and backyard cookouts, there's plenty of history, lore, and just plain quirky facts about the 4th of July that many of us don't know about. To gain a bit of insight on the holiday and impress your friends and family while you celebrate, read on, and please pass the mustard.
That's great.
So
I do have one more if It shouldn't be too big, too long.
All right, let's go.
So, this is the Georgian Hotel in Santa Monica. I'm actually grabbing one more picture here.
Give me go ahead. I'm going to go turn on the light.
No worries. So, this is the current state of the Georgian. This is what it is. This is up close, pulling up to the Georgian.
That kind of looks like, sort of like the Cecil.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of around somewhat of the same era.
Ah, okay.
And that's still in LA.
Ah, Durka Durka.
I don't know. So, at the end of your Route 66 travels, be sure to check out the Georgian Hotel in Santa Monica. Built in 1933, it was designed to be an intimate hideaway, catering to Los Angeles' high society. At the time the hotel was developed, it was nestled in a heavily wooded shoreline of the little-known seaside community of Santa Monica. Owner Judge Harry Board commissioned Eugene Durfee to construct the posh resort in an Art Deco style, opening its doors to the rich and famous in 1933. Actually, Cecil was, I believe, 10 years prior to that.
Wow.
During Prohibition, the Georgian was home to one of Los Angeles' first speakeasies and soon became the rendezvous point for many up-and-coming Hollywood studio executives and celebrities, including, Clark Gable and Carole Lombard, who sought secluded weekends away from the cameras. The oceanfront veranda provided a stage for martinis, jazz, and notorious figures, including Bugsy Siegel and Fatty Arbuckle.
Fatty Arbuckle.
Yep. The hotel was considered to be one of the most modern facilities at the time, featuring a beauty parlor, a barber shop, a playground, and a dining room, in addition to its most popular speakeasy. The primary reasons for the hotel's popularity and success was the exclusive and secluded location. Prohibition finally ended in December of the same year that the hotel opened, and later, expansion dramatically occurred in the 1950s as Los Angeles began to develop into a major metropolitan city. It was during this decade that the Georgian was sold and refurbished. The property remained a favorite vacation residence for the new era of jet-setting Americans and Europeans. In the spring of 2000, a $2 million renovation was completed, which included the addition of numerous elegant amenities to the Georgian's guest rooms, lobby, hallways, and meeting facilities. Today, the old hotel is surrounded by modern office buildings rather than pristine forests, but still continues to attract Hollywood celebrities such as Oliver Stone, Robert De Niro, and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Nice.
And according to legend, it continues to play host to a number of unearthly guests, whether they be famous or infamous. In the hotel's speakeasy restaurant, both staff and guests have reported a number of strange phenomena over the years. At many times, when the restaurant is completely empty, employees have heard loud sighs, gasps, and have even been startled by disembodied voices who greets them with, "Good morning."
Huh.
At other times, the sounds of running footsteps are heard throughout the restaurant when no one is there, and a number of transparent apparitions have been seen. So perhaps if you stop to have a libation at the speakeasy, you'll bump into none other than Robert De Niro if you're lucky. If you're not, you might bump into an unearthly presence for which you can't see.
Huh.
At any rate, it should be fun to look at this vintage hotel. And it is also recognized by the city of Santa Monica as a historical landmark.
Nice.
Again, if you want to visit any of the places that we've talked about today, go to legendsofamerica.com and check out the California Route 66 information.
That'd be a fun thing to do while traveling and stuff.
Right? This has a list from all of Route 66 of different haunted locations,
Oh, nice.
ranging from like Illinois all the way out here.
Huh, cool.
And so it's super neat. I love it. Oh,
So yeah.
man. Are there any
Um,
more fun facts tonight?
not anymore. I'm out.
No worries. I think we're already like 4 minutes before being done.
Yeah,
This was a fun show.
it was. It was a real fun show,
I
and
still have the suicide prevention thing up there.
you know, there's a weird place in Las Vegas. It's like the supermarket,
Mm-hmm.
and it's an attraction, and I want to go there. It's pretty weird. I don't remember what it's called, but there's videos of it.
I'm looking it up.
It's supposed to be disguised as a supermarket,
Is it a speakeasy?
not a speakeasy. It's like it's like an attraction. But I mean, they have some weird stuff in there.
I'm looking. It's not called Meow Wolf, right?
Yeah,
Is it?
yeah, but it's called the supermarket's called something. That's the creators of that attraction.
Meow Wolf?
Yeah,
Oh, that's pretty cool, man. Oh, I can see. Okay, I'm going to save some of these so you guys can all see what I'm looking at, too. Let's go this way.
And
There's
it's
the
a giant-
supermarket.
it's a giant supermarket, and when you go inside, weird things just start to happen out of nowhere. And they have like weird entrances and stuff.
Dude. Okay. Let's see. Meow Wolf. Maybe I shouldn't show that logo, but still. Save. You guys ready for some of the pictures? Let's do this. Okay. So, here's one of them.
Yeah, that's inside the supermarket.
And this is that supermarket part.
It's called Omega Mart.
Okay, yeah, I see that. That's cool. Here's another one. That's a trip. That looks like one of those really cool blacklight posters.
Yeah, but it actually is trippy in there. Like, they have video of it.
Here's another one. These are cool, man.
Yeah. And it's
We
over
gotta-
there, I think, in Nevada, in Las Vegas.
It is in Vegas. Yeah, that's how I found it. So, Meow Wolf.
Yeah.
Frank and I might have to check that out when it's not 500 degrees outside anymore.
Right?
If it's like 1,000 degrees here in Bakersfield, it's probably 2,000 over there.
Right.
So I don't like the desert. All right, I think we are at the end of the show.
Yes, ma'am, we are.
Alrighty. Well, happy birthday. Nobody
Thank
wants to hear
you.
me sing, so I was going to sing happy birthday, but let's be real.
Singing at the styles of the Ramones. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
I thought about looking for a happy birthday video, and I was like, I'm going to get dinged for it already being on like YouTube or some crap.
Yeah, the Ramones would be the best one.
Right?
Go to hell, you old bastard.
I love it. Well, I'll play our outro, and I will talk at you later.
Bye.
Bye.
I don't know, set the world on fire. I don't know, a baby.